Rated.
No, hold on. That's not true. You can go to jail for a hate crime.
That is a federal hate. It's federally a hate crime.
Would you let me finish speaking? I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Right? The conversation of hate crime, I want it to be very extensive and expansive. I literally just gave lynching as one example.
Which doesn't happen.
Lynching doesn't happen?
Wait, it's legal? You can lynch somebody?
I'm saying that people do it and get away with it constantly in America.
Constantly.
But lynching is a federal hate crime. Like, what do you want to see more?
Okay, I'm gonna need some evidence on this.
Yeah, just because someone gets away with a crime doesn't mean it's not a crime. They just got away. People get away with crimes all the time.
But my point becomes when people consistently get away with a crime, it shows a pattern, correct?
I mean,
I don't think
They
there's
get
a
away with
pattern
a lot of
statistically, man, but you're gonna have to back it up. I mean, you say statistically, but you use statistics.
Yeah, Davis, you would have to show.
Here's my thing. You keep
You would
asking me
have,
about.
Davis, this is what you're going to have to do. Hold on. You're going to have to show that these crimes that you're talking about, people get away with them at a significantly higher rate than like other crimes. That's what you'd have to show.
Also, can I put in, like, we're never going to change things. Like, the next generation is never going to, like, let go of the hate and the anger of race until, we all decide, like, just move past it. Eventually have to agree that things are getting better. If you always move the goalposts and say things are never better, then things will never be. So the ability to not even recognize that things are better than 50 years ago is ridiculous, and it's frankly a lie.
Okay, and that's
why, real quick, if I may, just real quick, man, I promise to make
it's not necessarily
Davis,
better.
I'll make it short, man.
Different.
To the people in the comments that are getting on photo about, Davis's statistic, I would guarantee most of you are the same people that if the 1350 statistic was quoted, you'd get all irate. I mean, I'm not trying to make that argument. I'm just saying you can't pick and choose what stats you guys want to agree with. Same way we can.
Here's my thing.
I'll start to read the comments so they can do what they want.
Please. I did find my statistics.
Let Davis respond. Go ahead and respond, Davis, please.
Firstly, the 1350 statistic is something that's been actively misconstrued in America. It's literally the same. Right?
Davis, I wasn't trying to make an argument about it.
Sorry.
I know.
Wait.
I wasn't trying to make an argument about it.
Hold on, Pooh.
I would greatly appreciate it if you did the same. Right? The 1350 is a statistic that continues to be misconstrued in the United States of America. It only speaks towards one specific crime category and two arrests for that crime category. It doesn't take into account the conversation of exonerations in the United States of America, which if you did, you would know for a fact that black people make up about 50% of exonerations in the United States of America, and I can cite where I got that study from if you would like to. But when I made the argument
Davis, you're breaking in and out.
When I made the argument earlier about black people, specifically black Americans being incarcerated at a statistically higher rate than white people, I would like to cite for reference The Color of Justice, a racial and ethnic disparity in state prisons. It's a research study that was done by the Sentencing Project that goes into great detail about how I believe black people, black people are nearly 5 times more likely to be incarcerated than our white counterparts. That's the name of the study. You can look it up for yourself. Davis, I wasn't making an argument about 1350. I'm just talking about how we as a society want, because like with the comments, that we wanted to pick and choose which statistics we're going to do.
Was everyone in this live alive in 2003? Was everyone in this live alive in 2003?
I was born in 2003. I was
okay, hold on. Wait,
I was born in 88.
Just stop for a second. Jesus Christ. Everyone, okay, so we can all agree everyone in this live was alive in 2003, right? Nick Naylor was lynched in 2003.
Well, that's the last
crime.
20 years
no, it's
ago,
not the last one. No, it's not the last one. No, it's not.
But you had to go back so far to find
it.
That's the thing.
One lynching, one out of 330 million people.
I was going to do a whole timeline, but if you want to just talk over people, just go ahead.
No, wait, she has a timeline. Let her finish.
No. Just go ahead. I'll let the big boys talk. Just go ahead. I'll make a picture frame. I'll make a little collage so you can see every single.
Okay, you don't have to be passive aggressive.
Sounds awesome.
How do you get 9 boxes?
Sounds awesome.
It's a TikTok update. You kind of have to wait. With all due respect, I would like to clarify something, Pooh. I never said that you were making an argument for the 1350 statistic. I just wanted to clarify.
No, that's fine, bro. We're good.
No, 1 second, please. I just wanted to clarify that when I don't, people like Sydney is me 12 get in the comment section and say things like Davis is to take accountability for his community. Do time. But here's the thing, right? That 1350 statistic is poorly represented, right? Because the argument is 13% of the population, 50% of the crime, which is actively incorrect, right? Because I believe the only crime category in which black people make up 50% of the arrests for is murder. Simple. And that's only arrests. When we take into account the conversation of exonerations in America, black people also make up 50% of exonerations in America.
Hold on, okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is there any, I'm just kind of like getting outside because I don't think that's going to change anyone's opinion. Is there anything that can be done, like anything paid to make up the sins of slavery for Americans? Or is it just no matter what, you always have that card?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm just asking, is there any reason you can't recognize that things have gotten better racially? So is there anything that will ever happen, or you just always want to have...
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, but play the victim card.
I want to clarify this. Firstly, I did not agree that things had gotten better. I just said that things are different.
Oh, I know.
Right? And those,
I know
those differences... Please just let me finish. Please. I promise I'll get to your question in just 1 second, right? Those differences in certain ways, right, do make life a little bit easier, right? Because, like, the Klan aren't necessarily in New York City running down the street, with pitchforks and torches chasing black people, right? Which technically does make my life a little bit easier.
Hey, real quick,
around, right?
Divas, wait, finish your thought. You're going to finish your thought. I do have to go, so finish your thought, and I'll give everyone the last word. Go ahead.
That's completely fine. Like I said, whilst my life has certainly been made easier by certain improvements to the law to cover the conversation of race and racism in America, it doesn't necessarily mean that my life has been made better, because I do now have to deal with a whole other host of issues that technically I would say that my ancestors technically did not deal with in that specific way. When it comes to the conversation of the question that you asked on how, like, what can be done to be better, it would be, one, actively ensuring that the laws of the land are inclusive of all the peoples that exist within this land. Two, making sure that there is there's equality as well as equity in lawmakers, in the people who are responsible for governing us, and etc. And then three, we would have to talk about the compensation and financial compensation for people of color, specifically black people in America, for the atrocities that have been perpetuated against black Americans over the duration of centuries, right? And that doesn't necessarily have to mean giving them money. It could literally mean something as simple as tax exemptions. It could mean something as simple as free higher education. Because the programs that exist as of now that are quote unquote supposed to help black people and make life better seem to somehow be profiting and helping more white people, more white women. So at the end of the day, if you want to make this country, quote, better, right, you have to actively work on systemic.
All right, last sentence.
Some of that, and that's good, but we need to get better.
And period. Okay, Pooh and Photo, one of you, not both. Go ahead. Whoever talks first.
Pooh, go first.
All right,
no,
cool.
No, it's only one of you. Go, Pooh.
Cool. So look, man, I know I'm going to agree. A lot of this is complex, but the thing of it is that if what you want to do is to continue to find that which you think is holding you down, you'll always be held down, man. But some guy kept spamming, and I agree with this idea that we need to go after the government, but we have to get over ourselves and figure out how to live more in harmony before we can go after the government.
All right, Jesse, you got anything?
Yeah, just stop playing victim. Like, that's all.
And Incarnate, ladies last.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, and repeal the 19th.
Hold on.
Incarnate. Well, go ahead, Photo. I'll change my mind.
Yeah, I would say that
Sorry.
Racism is the opium of the oppressed, and it's very hard to kick that drug. But in 2023, the only thing standing in your way of success is your own ability. So wanting to blame things that happened 200 years ago or even 2 generations ago is ridiculous. If you're not successful at this point, it's because of your own fault. And the only person that owes you reparations is possibly your father.
Incarnate.
Okay, so take responsibility. Stop feeling so attacked by people trying to hold things accountable, and actually look into your people who are being voted for before voting for them. Stop voting by the fact that they're a Democrat or they're a Republican, and actually look into their past and what they're doing.
Hey, I'll give my. You're gonna finish your thought, Incarnate. I'll make my final thoughts. I'm gonna keep. I gotta use the restroom. I'll keep it on for like 2 more minutes for free for all, and then I gotta end the live. Go ahead.
I'm gonna finish my thought.
Yep. Go ahead.
Sign petitions to protect IFLA. Sign against the Willow Project. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, sweet. Hey, thank you guys for your interaction and everything. So they kind of got into like systematic oppression and racism and all that. My question still stands. My definitions for all these, like what is a white person? We didn't really get into any of the other ones. I don't think it can be defined. I don't think there's a definition of white person. So all these people that are like white this, white that, they don't have a identifier. They can't identify who they're talking about. And that's what kind of sparked this whole conversation. But I'll try to come on more often to have lives like this so we can have some dialogue. But I appreciate y'all for your interaction. And I
Thanks,
gotta go.
Adam.
Yep.
Read the
I'm
bill.
going to end it in like 2 minutes. Free for all. Go.
Read the whole bill.
With all due respect,
Not headlines.
the conversation of people are saying that my statistics are incorrect. All you have to do is read them. It's not that hard. You can't accuse me of giving you incorrect information. To look at yourself. Please just be fucking for real. You're grown adults. Act like it. It's just the truth. And the conversation of race and racism by people of color in America is a prevalent issue. If you choose to ignore it, you are perpetuating that issue. Plain and simple. Whether you want to or not, if you choose to ignore racism in America, you are perpetuating racism in America. I don't care.
Maybe that's why I'm getting the wrong instructions.
That's just how we slice and dice it. I'm sorry.
Oh, do you